Thank you for joining our movement session today. We're going to do a little bit more floor work that we started off yesterday, not yesterday, last Thursday as well. So if you have a mat to hand or a space where you've got safely on the floor, then that's great. But we will start off, as always, with some mobilization, some activation. Let me just move that out of the way. So taking your feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of bend in the knees. Let's start off with spinal cord breathing. So a little bit more bend in the knees, breathing in, opening up, breathing out, contracting. Breathing in, expanding, breathing out. All the breath is just easy, in and out through the nose. So we're tilting the pelvis as well. So as I'm expanding, I'm tilting the pelvis, so I'm spilling out the front, and then I'm tucking the tailbone, so I'm spilling out the back. Really getting that spine moving. Particularly that upper back where we can often get tight. Breathing in, expanding. Breathing out, contracting. On the next in-breath, we will rotate to one side and then breathe in. Remember keeping those knees bent a little bit. As we breathe out, we come back to center and then we rotate to the other side. Breathe out. And then just going at your own pace, side to side, noticing any differences. Let's do one more to each side. And then come back to center. Shake out a little bit if you need to shake, or just move around a little bit. Continuing with that spine stretch, arms come out to the side. And then palms connect. I'll just come a little bit closer so you can see I'm connecting my palms like that. A little bit of pressing the palms together there. And then arms back down. And we breathe in. All the breath is just light and easy, soft in and out through the nose. We're not forcing anything. Breathe out. And have that in mind if you're just lengthening the spine up. It's almost as the arms move up, the vertebra create space between each of the vertebrae, and you lift from the crown and then breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Squeeze. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do spreading the feathers. So this is a really good one for, again, for lengthening the spine, particularly the back of the neck, and a little bit more of a stretch through the arm line. So palms facing forwards here. And then it's almost like you scoop forward. So it's a little bit of shift in the hips back, spiral the hands, spiral the elbows, and then you stretch out the arms. So your fingers are facing the ground, the palms are facing the back. You lengthen the spine, bring the shoulders down, and you tuck the chin a little bit. So you're deliberately stretching out those arm lines and the fingers. The chin is tucked a little bit, and really put some tension through there, through the arms. And then release the tension so you go into softness. And again, scoop forwards, spiral, get that spiral movement working, get the joints spiraling, bring the shoulders down, stretch out the arms, tuck the chin. Make sure you keep breathing though, we're not holding the breath here. And then release, and then spiral. Called spreading the feathers. So imagine just spreading out all those feathers. Spread the thumb, the fingers, and spiral. Palms facing the back, stretching out that arm line, pulling the shoulders down, tucking the chin. And then one more spiral. And stretch. And then take a rest. Just shake out the arms a little bit. I'll just come a little bit closer on that other camera because I'd see just in case some of you can't fully see. So hopefully you can see me a little bit closer here. So I'll just go through that again. Your palms are facing forwards. And then I really want you to work on that whole spiral because this is important that you get that spiral in the shoulders, in the arms, in the elbows. So you spiral and then straighten out and tuck the chin. So you really stretch the arm line. And then you let go and you soften and spiral. And stretch. And then soften and spiral. And stretch. If you just keep watching me, I'll just move to the side. You'll see there's a little bit of a shift back and a tilt forwards as I spiral and then stretch down like that. And spiral. And stretch. And then keeping, relax there a little bit, sorry, just shake out the arms. Now we go the other way. So you've got your palms facing the back. So you now glide backwards a little bit and you spiral through. And then palms face forwards and you stretch out the front or the inside of that arm line and you tuck the chin. So it's like you're placing the head on a wall behind you. Tuck the chin, so you get that nice lengthening of the spine, stretching, and then soften and spiral. Really get that rotation through the wrists, through the elbows, through the shoulders. Stretch. Feel that difference between the strength and the stretch and then the softness when you let go, and that spiral, shoulders, elbows, wrists, and then stretch. Back. Stretch. Couple more. Nice. And then release and then just shake out the hands. And then let's do dog wags the tail. So shifting side to side. Get that weight shift. Remember, we're not doing this with the hips. The shoulders stay over the pelvis as we start off. And then we just let the spine ripple on top of that. Nice and strong through the lower body. And then just releasing that spine so you get that side to side shift. Or like a wave, a spine wave. And then slowing down, going into knocking, so just getting your feet in the right space, shoulder width, and then just strong through the lower body and just knocking, tapping that point behind the belly button, the door of life. That's a different spot to the lower dantian. It's not the same spot. So it's not that same visualization. If you think where our umbilical cord was connected through the belly button, that first part of energy that came into the body, the first cell. And just breathing easy in and out through the nose. Taking now a full breath in, and on the out breath, just slow. You can use a candle's breath out, sigh out, just slow it down into water waves. And then taking standing position, just giving yourself a moment to balance, find your balance. And we'll do some shaking, so tapping the heels into the floor, getting that vibration going through the body, shaking out the wrists. Full breath in. Just let go of any tightness and tension. Really let the shoulders go. Really just let those shoulders bounce up and down. Free up those shoulders. We often get stuck here in the top of the shoulders, in the ribs at the top of the rib cage as well. So just let those shoulders free up. And slowing it down, slowing it down. Standing and feeling the difference now as you feel that tingling sensation running through the body, maybe in the fingers, the arms, the legs. Activating the energy, getting the blood flowing, getting that lymphatic drainage going throughout the body. Nice. Step your feet out. Let's do some tigers. So just nice and easy. Your comfortable depth. Start off pretty easy. And then if you can build it up a little bit, if you want to go a little bit deeper, breathing just light and slow. And get that differentiation between strong. Really use the fingers here. You'll feel that engage the muscles through the arms into the back. And then relax. Relax the arms a little bit as you come up. Good. And it's almost visualizing you've got a wall in front of you. So imagine where your hands are, that's a wall in front of you. So you can't tilt down too far because then you end up pushing your head into the wall. So you want to keep that chest facing forwards and drop the hips. I'd rather you get to there with the hips rather than there leaning forwards. So keep that wall in front of you. Keep that chest facing forwards. Good. And you're just breathing easy through this. If it feels comfortable, we can coordinate the breath with the movements. We're doing slow tigers. If it feels comfortable for you, you're breathing out as you come down through the nose. And then you're breathing in as you come up. Use the floor to stand up, so push the floor away. So imagine you're using to push the floor away. Keep that wall in front of you, so only go at the depth that you can comfortably go without tilting too far forwards. Keep that visual out front as well, so keep the visual out front, that really helps. Let's do a couple more. Nice, and then take a rest there. Should feel as if you've really worked the legs, got the hips mobile without straining. Breathing is easy. Take a moment or two just to let the breath settle. And then we'll go onto the floor. So if you need to grab a mat, just grab your mat. Let's get our mats out. So it's quite nice just to do a little bit of floor work, just to help actually focusing on core and focusing on upper body, just bringing awareness to those spaces. I've got to move my camera down as well, bear with me. So coming onto hands and knees. So your knees are underneath your hips and your hands are underneath your shoulders. And just let the belly relax. So we're not pulling in, we're not tightening up our belly or anything like that. Got a natural bit of a curve in the lower back there. Make sure you're not locking the shoulders either. So the shoulders stay back and down, but they're not locked too tightly together. If it's comfortable, spread out the fingers. So really spread the fingers so that you're spreading out the tendons in the fingers and in the thumbs. Because quite often we get tight in the fingers and we're just gripping with our fingers on the floor. So spread the fingers and perhaps aim the index finger towards the front. And then just give the arms a little bit of a rotation so that the elbows pits, or I'll just face front here for a little bit so you can see, so that the elbow pits are facing towards the front as well. So it's just, again, it's that spiral that we're creating through that arm line. So elbow pits are facing the front there. And watch that the head's not down here. So that long spine again, just think of that spreading the feathers that we did where we brought that back of the head and the chin down. So we've got that nice long, strong spine. And just in this position, we'll just do a little bit of rock forwards and backwards. So you just put a little bit more weight through the arms and then you shift the pelvis back. Just doing a little bit of rocking forwards and backwards. So nothing too strenuous, the breathing should be easy. If you have any pain in your wrists or any pain in your knees, then, or any pain anywhere, just stop. It's not about forcing, as you know. As the hips glide back, keep that tailbone pointing towards the sky. So we are almost like doing a little ducktail as the hips glide back. It'll give us a little bit of a stretch, maybe through the lower back, through the glutes a little bit, but nothing at all too strenuous. It should be nice, easy rocking. And then just find your balance. So just stop in the middle. And now bring the arms, the hands closer together. So almost as if the thumbs there are touching. So we just create a little bit of a narrower stance on the arms. And then same thing, just rock forwards and backwards. Spreading the fingers. Keeping your elbow pits pointing forwards. Breathing easy. And now within the rocking, we're just going to do a step forwards with the hands. So as the hips glide back, as you come forwards, just take one hand forwards and then bring that hand back as the hips glide back, and then the other hand forward. So it's just as if you're going to go and step forwards with the hands, and then as you glide back, the hands come back side by side, and then reach forwards with the other hand, go a little bit further forwards with the rock, push back, rock forwards, push back. Couple more side to side, so you're just stepping forwards with that hand, knees stay in the same place. And if you want, you can challenge yourself, you can reach a little bit further forwards. And if you reach a little bit further forwards, have that elbow, it's almost like you're coming down almost towards the forearm. So you're stepping forwards, and then it's like, imagine that you're bringing your elbow almost towards the ground there. But just a little step is fine, just that little step is fine. Just play around with that. And now keep doing that. As you're playing around with that, put a little bit more weight. Come back to the little step if you were reaching a little bit further, but just come back to that small step. So it's almost about one hand space in front of the other hand. It's not too far. But as we do this, notice where you're putting most of the weight. Are you evenly distributing the weight between hands or sides? Or are you keeping more weight on that back arm, the backhand? Are you putting more weight on the front? Just notice what you're doing. You might be doing different things, different sides. And then we'll explore keeping the weight on the backhand. So it's almost like the front hand as you step forwards is just touching the ground and then you're coming back. So we're supporting on that backhand, the hand that is stable on the ground. The other hand is just tapping the front, in front, and then coming back. So use that support arm to take the weight. So you stabilize on that support arm, you step forwards, and then stabilize, step forwards. And now reach a little bit further forwards, but keeping that, the strength through the support arm. So it's almost like I'm reaching in front to pick something up. So stretch through a little bit and then come back. And reach forwards and use a visual. So look for what you are reaching for. You know, like we've done picking cherries or monkey picks the fruit. You're just reaching forwards a little bit and then stepping back. And then reaching forwards and stepping back. Let's do one more reach forwards on each side. And then we can take a well-earned break. So you can come up to kneeling if that's comfortable. You might want to shake out those wrists a little bit. I'll come back to the side so you can see me side on. So as we were doing that, we were just stabilizing on one side and then reaching forwards with the other. So all of the strength was down this side. Now what we'll have a little bit of an explore of is just taking a small step forwards with that arm, but actually putting the weight through the arm that we step forwards onto. So we just then lift the opposite hand off the ground and then step back, glide back. And then step forwards, lift, glide back. So have a little go of that, bringing that hand back. So we shift the weight onto that arm that we step forwards with, or the hand that we step forwards with, and then bring both hands back. Just lifting the opposite hand off the ground. Shift. And you might find one side is much easier, the sequence of events is much easier, the flow is much easier one side than the other, or maybe it's both the same. And then take a little break from there. And again, just kneel up and give yourself a little bit of a shake out there. And then in your own time, just slowly come up to standing. And then just give yourself another good shake out. Breath in, breath out. Out. And just finished. Nice breath in, pulling down the heavens. And breath out. Palms crossed. Then just give your belly a little bit of a rub. And we will finish there. Nice. You might feel it a little bit in your arms later today or tomorrow, because again, we put like quite a little bit of load through those arms, just working on those rocks on the floor. Excellent. I am now popping out to get my ingredients for our lunch and cook tomorrow. So I hope you can join me and Paniotis for that. It's at 1 o'clock UK time. We're doing mussels and prawns and spinach and cream, I think. So I'm going to try and set up the iPad so we can all cook together. So you please, if you can join, it would be a great fun, because then we'll be able to taste it together. I think that's going to be like that nice experience that we will actually be having lunch together if you can make that. I know a lot of you have signed up for that as well, so that's great. If I don't see you tomorrow, then I will see you hopefully on Tuesday for the breathwork class. So have a fantastic day. Enjoy the weather while it lasts. Enjoy the snow if it snows later on at the weekend. Enjoy any races that you're doing this weekend as well. And thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
Thanks.
Thank you.